Luis, hit me with it. The Cardinals, 5 games under 500. Let's forget about Sunday against Boston, and let's just keep trying.
Yeah, the Cardinals are coming through a lot. Now, you said it right there, too. It's 5 games under 500. They have played good baseball so far in the past 10 days, but there's still 5 games under 500. That's the whole. They're trying to take their way up, and yesterday was a good step forward. Again, it's a great pitch, marvelous, until he just got tired after that 38 pitch inning, actually. I think he did almost double his pitches in one inning in that inning. But again, the Cardinals are doing what they're supposed to. It's just set the tone early. Like, again, the Orioles, they're the big team from the AL East right now. It's not the Yankees. It's not the Red Sox. It's the Orioles. The Orioles are in the lead in that division, and they have a great offense. Not a good offense, a great offense.
Oh, 100%.
And Sonny Gray mowed them down, and then the bullpen did their thing again. And I think one of the keys to that game, to that win, wasn't only the pitching, but it was getting the lead and setting the tone early.
So, by the way, thanks for matching me today. Also, did see that? We're matching.
Yeah, we're matching.
Anyway,
yeah.
Did you ever have on your bingo card that Michael Ciani would carry the Cardinals for the first month of the season?
No, but what a story, right?
Right. I just can't get over this guy.
This is a guy that did well on spring training, was left off the roster by just 1 or 2 spots. Injuries happened to Dylan Carlson, and he got called up for the first series in LA. And he hasn't been sent down again, and that's the thing. He's a good guy, good hitter. His story's great. Like his background's great. Again, family had to do everything for him just to play baseball in high school. And he took a scholarship from a former MLB player in LA and ran with it in high school. So this is just a great story, great kid. But again, Michael Ciani is not only great at the bat, defensively he's good too. Yeah. Again, they found a diamond in the rough, and this is a guy that they signed. He was in San Diego last year, and now he's St. Louis this year.
Well, another thing, too, that's kind of a positive this morning is I saw Katie Wu said that Middleton and Gallegos are doing pretty well in their recovery. So hopefully that adds to the bullpen. But can I please ask you why in the hell Matthew Liberatore is starting? Like I'm not
sure. Cardinals will have a number 5.
But they just
that's it.
But they told the guy, listen, man, we don't need you as a starter this year. They told him that in spring. They said, that's it. Go to the bullpen. And I just think that the messaging has got to get better from the front office all the way down to, John Mozeliak's messaging to those players, because Marmol's just really kind of there waving. So, we got to have better messaging, because you can't tell a guy to prepare for something and then just completely like Contreras last year. You're our catcher getting paid $80 million. Now go play left field.
No, true. You got a point there. But again, when your boy CM Matz gets injured, and the Cardinals don't have a 5th pitcher in the rotation, they go to a guy that has a little bit of starting experience. That's Matthew Liberatore. It's not an ideal situation, because Matthew cannot go how long you can, and then he's being asked 2 days later to be in the bullpen, right?
Right.
So it's a weird situation all in all, but again, it's just he's the next guy up. You're not going to use because Zach Thompson should have been that guy, but Zach Thompson is finding his velocity right now in AAA.
Yeah. Well, I just wish I knew what Matt's had on Mozeliak. I really do. I mean, that guy has to have the secrets to this organization. Just amazing. Now, with that being said, the big topic of my conversation with you today, Luis, is the laziness of the uniform designers for the St. Louis Cardinals. I hate this jersey. I absolutely despise the City Connect jersey. Nothing, to me, it was just like, we don't really want to do this, so how do we do it? Let's just, okay, here's the little flag, and let's put the arch on a badge, and, what if we put some, waves in it and made it look like a 1980s penny you'd wear during PE class? Yeah, that sounds good. Let's throw that in there. And what about those terrible letters from the 30s because they didn't know how to screen print yet? Oh, yeah, well, throw those in there, too. That sounds good. Well, it has nothing to do with St. Louis. It has a very.
It says the Lou on the front.
I get it, but I mean, in terms of that and the arch, that's about it. Like, I was expecting like some cool like type of mural. Like, have some fun with this. I mean, you got to have something to bring the fans in to see.
Well, they went. I think that the reaction from not the players will say that it's great, whatever. But
Right.
the reaction from people around, I know, is like it's fine. It doesn't offend anybody.
Yeah.
Right. Again, but then the complaints, or let's say they shouldn't done it like, okay, instead of going with the traditional red color, go with a brick color that it's in the stadium, that maroon reddish type one.
Yeah.
That's cool. Maybe use another blue, not a baby blue or navy blue, like maybe a blues from what the blues used to honor the blues, jazz, the music history of St. Louis.
You know what I was.
Use the fleur-de-lis a little bit more, right? Instead of just and then there's another hat. There's an alternate hat.
Oh.
Instead of saying STL, it has the fleur-de-lis and a little bit just STL in the middle, and that looks great too, right? Again, that has the alternate hat was way better than the primary hat.
But I have a question. There was one hat I saw that had a huge chunk taken out that looked like a pothole. I didn't know if that was going to be used or not.
It's like remember the Cardinals that giveaway. Do you remember the giveaway I'm talking about Yadi and Wainwright?
Yes.
No, wait. That doesn't seem like it's Yadi and Wainwright. It seems like this is a crime in progress, actually.
Right. Well, so my thought was like, I don't care about uniforms because, quite frankly, they don't mean anything. Unless.
In my way, a lot of people were actually buying the merchandise yesterday. The team store was full whenever it opened at 2 p.m. or 12 noon with all the merchandise.
Wow. Hell froze over.
Maybe the unpopular opinion is the less travel, right?
No, you're right. On this, I'm definitely on an island. I am totally on an island on this. But here was my thought. I thought, how cool would it be? You take the St. Louis Blues legends. You even take some of the Rams players like, Steven Jackson. You put their numbers like somewhere like highlighted like a watermark on the jersey. You kind of bring that in. You bring some of the taste of St. Louis in. But no, slapping an old, create a jersey from the Nike ID store together was cool. I think it'll be fun. How are these jerseys holding up when you talk to these guys seriously? Because this is a nightmare for so many players around the league that this was the worst decision made in baseball for decades. Is that true?
Well, I don't know if in decades. I think there's more decisions there, but MLB had to eat crow again it had to be about a month from now. I think they announced that they're going to make changes, but the changes will be reflected next season.
Oh, God.
So the uniforms are what it is. Again, there's going to be small change, or I think there will be small changes already that the players don't mind now. But again, it's like there was a week that in Detroit, a guy slid. Again, hard slide, but again, people slide hard all the time. It's just pants just got demolished.
Well,
and then the next day I was watching the Cardinal game. I remember this because it was what is going on. Lansing throws a pitch, and it's so hard that his belt said hell no again.
That's a wake-up call. Well, all I know is this too, Luis. I was watching a starting pitcher in Oakland, and he literally sweat through his jersey so bad that he had to walk back to the clubhouse, put on a new jersey, and go back out there and continue pitching. If I'm a manager,
that happened again. That happens all the time. Even with the old jersey, again, Miles Michaelis, again, it's a profound sweater, and a hot day in St. Louis, you're changing jerseys 3-4 times.
Yeah, but not like this. I mean, this is like literally a little penny you're putting on. I mean, they took something you didn't need to change and they changed it. I just don't understand this. And they look terrible. They look cheap as hell. And the guy is in the third inning soaking through a jersey in Oakland. During spring. That's where I have to raise my hand and go, this is not the technology you told us about, and now it's another distraction on the field.
And again, the uniforms. Again, at least the Cardinals of all the again here talking about uniforms, which again, at least the Cardinals have their traditional look still with this new uniform, so that's a little bit of a win for them. They don't have the patch art like like stitched on. No, they had the embroider and whatever. So yeah, it's not like you're putting a piece of tape in the middle that says, "Hey, St. Louis Cardinals."
Mm-hmm. Right. And so I don't know, maybe that's just my complaint, because it's like, all the things we need to do to baseball, the jersey was the least of our concern, and it's like it's overtaken at least a 25% portion of the news that goes into baseball this year.
But when Nike pays a lot of money to do it, Nike can do whatever they want, right?
I guess.
And they figure, okay, we have to put our stamp here instead of just a swoosh. We need to put our design, our dry fit, blah 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 blah, and then you got this.
Yeah, then you got a plastic bag that has red dye on it. So going forward, as we're talking soccer here a little bit, St. Louis City did not play that well last weekend. Am I correct on that? Am I remembering correctly?
No, you remember correctly. They went to Cincinnati FC on Saturday and 3-1. Mm-hmm. And before that, they hosted LAFC and lost.
Where are we at in the season? I mean, is it to the point where they better pack the wagon and start thinking about next year?
No, because again, you think the Cardinal season is long and long and long. This season again.
That's right. I always do that. I forget
the playoffs are in October again. We're gonna play again. Playoffs are in October, so again, they can. This is a little bump in the road they're in now. Again, it can be better. They have better start playing better now, or at least start tying games like they used to. But season ends in October? The regular season ends the first week of October probably. It's not the last week of September. If you make it to the finals, congratulations. You have to do Thanksgiving, and then the next week is the championship game.
I forgot about that. I always forget about that season being ridiculously just stupid. Then you got to go back to spring training like a month after you win. That's really a break. So going forward, I mean, if you talk to the guys, are they feeling like down about the season? Are they still hungry for it? What's the thought in the St. Louis City locker room?
No, again, they're still hungry for it. Again, that they just faced two teams are better, right? Yeah. And it was going to be a good test for them to see where they're at. And right now they're not at where they're supposed to be. Again, they beat a Chicago Fire team that was bad, right? That Chicago Fire team is bad.
Yeah, terrible.
And the win was great because it was a win at City Park. So you take 3 points any way you can.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, let's see if the momentum starts going and going and going. And it's not the team is playing bad per se, but they're not playing a full 90 minutes, right? They're playing maybe an 85 minutes of great soccer, 80 minutes of great soccer, of good soccer, and then there's a slip up.
Yeah.
And with these teams in the MLS, the top teams, you slip up, they're going to take advantage.
Well, exactly, and that's just the way it goes. So we'll see what happens going forward, but now we have time to talk about this. All right. Now making his way, teeing off on the 10th hole, the convict, Scheffler. How do you like his new entrance? I think that's how they end.
Four, please. It's better that the four, please. Like in Augusta, it's like instead of and now on the tee in Augusta National, Scotty Scheffler. No, it's like four, please. Scotty Scheffler on the tee. It's like, oh wow, that's being graded.
What the heck happened? I woke up to like the most ridiculous thing on my feed. I was seeing this guy getting arrested. So I gotta ask you, because you probably know more about, at least learned a little bit more about. Did the cop grab onto the door handle as this guy drove away, or did he get like snagged in the process and get drugged for a little bit?
So when the police reported, and that's a good question because I still don't know, right? I guess the cop attached himself to the vehicle. You say, oh, so he grabbed the door handle and Scotty was still confused and there you went.
Right.
And so again, it was again, and again, I was in shock too because again, it's like of everybody in that field, everybody in the golf world, the most least person I would expect to hear he has been detained and arrested and booked and released with felony charges.
Yep.
This guy Scheffler.
Yeah. Because
he is the most boring person on that tour.
He looks boring. You know, I mean, just looking at the guy, it looks like. But now imagine this. Here's my thought for you today. If this was anybody other than a golfer set to tee off, would they have been in and out in like 15 minutes or an hour, however long? Because that's where I kind of have my problem with this. Like, God forbid this was like the head grounds crew, you know, someone like that really is not on TV or not famous, you know, and this didn't blow up in Barstool Sports World and ESPN in the 30 minutes it did. I don't think they're coming back for tea time.
Well, it's a good question because, again, what Scotty says is that, first of all, the officer that made the arrest didn't know who they actually arrested.
Man, that's a humble notion.
One of the reporters said, it's like he got asked in the scene. It's like, wait, who do we really arrest? No, Scotty Scheffler, the number 1 ranked golfer in the world.
Yeah,
and then Scotty says that he is in jail. And then he's like, it's surreal for him because he is seeing himself getting arrested on the TV on ESPN.
That's great. Well, and you know, they said they're going to drop these charges or whatever, and it was a big misunderstanding. But it's like, you know, if just, you know, picture this, you know, like Sophia and the Golden Girls. Would this, if it was, you know, head groundskeeper CJ Nacello that did this, would I still be, you know, going through the ringer trying to get out of this mess? You know, maybe media help. I think media helped a big time, big in this.
Well, I think the bigger question here that we have to decide. And I get it, chaotic scene. There's a dead person on scene, whatever,
terrible.
training.
Terrible.
But it's like there's some, again, and this is not, and it's not me bashing the cops. I actually like the cops and whatever, but there's some cops that have this power trip.
Well, and I'm not even going to go with that today. I think it was just.
No, this guy, and I talked to a couple of my cop buddies that day, and he's like, yeah, but what happened is he got a power trip, got zoned out. And he wasn't taking no for an answer.
You know, I won't go that far. I think it was just a stressful situation, and I'll leave it at that.
Not
Power
true,
trips
again,
too much.
Again, there's a stressful situation because, and then Scotty says too, and this is backed by the reports too. Scotty was being helped by other cops. Like he say, hey, I need to get to the golf course. Can I go here? Can I go there? And the cops say, yeah, go here, whatever. You're good. Again, he is marked. Again, the car said. A PGA, the official car of the PGA Championship. So again, he's in a marked car, and I know this for a fact because of working these major events. Security is told, the cops are told, if it's a marked vehicle from the league or the event, they have special passes, right? So they can move in here. Again, if you need them to go in our area because there's an accident or whatever. They will tell them, right? So it's just, I think that's a bigger, again, because again, if it happened to you and I, if it happened to the groundskeeper, if it happened to the reporter, if it happened to blah, 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 do they get out of jail? Yes.
Right.
Do they get out of jail in an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half? Probably not.
I don't think so. And that's what my point was. It wasn't really a right or wrong, and it seemed like a whole big misunderstanding. But, you know, the good thing was to go out there, you know, that everyone in the world is going to be watching your first, you know, hole back from jail. And so you're walking out there, and at least he didn't like double bogey or quadruple bogey the first hole back on the, you know, the tournament that day. And thank God he went out and birdied right away. Now, it would have been better if he won. But the guy that won this, because I'm not a big golf watcher, this was kind of like a cool moment, wasn't it? This was 22 times in the tournament, and he wins the first time in 22. Is that true? Am I onto something here?
No, yeah, so okay, Sandon Shoffley is your main PGA Championship winner. The thing is, again, it's a record for lowest score on the PGA on a major tournament. So again, he breaks the all-time low score for a winner on a major championship. And this is a guy that even last week he had the lead, but again he had this I don't know what's the word to say, but every time he had the lead on the weekend, he didn't held it, and again he was known for being a choker, right?
Right.
So it was good for him to break out and actually win a tournament, a major tournament, and go wire to wire basically because he said he tied. Sorry about that. There was a mosquito on me.
Mosquito
He
pill.
tied the all-time again the course record. No, he broke the course record on Thursday and never let off the pedal. Again, yes, you had Scheffler on Friday after being in Yale. Shooting is 66, by the way. That's just insane.
It is. That's incredible. Good for him.
You got Bryson DeChambeau from the Live Golf just smacking the ball and playing his best golf too, and actually making it tight there at the end, tying the tournament and telling Scheffler basically with his performance on Sunday, you better shoot a low number, and Scheffler did it. And again, he won that tournament on the last hole. If he missed that putt, that was going to be a playoff. So it was going to be 3 more holes of golf.
That's just
again, it was an exciting tournament to watch, obviously for a lot of reasons. But I think the PGA, any major championship, and they will not say it, but I know they're saying it behind the scenes. They don't want the winner. They don't want like a course that you cannot say, oh, there's no bogeys out there. And that's what happened specifically on Sunday. There were no bogeys out there. So if you did the math, is because Scottie Scheffler did his thing, he was gonna do it. He was gonna win. Because there were no holes that were like, oh, if he misses here, misses there, he would be lucky with a bogey, right? So that's why I think for me, the next major tournament is the best of them all, is the U.S. Open, because the U.S. Open wants their players to fail. They want their players to say, I just shot a one over round. Yeah. And I'm happy with it. That was it.
Wow. Well, and now, so that is the first major title win of Scheffler.
For Sander, yeah.
Yeah. And now, with that being said, I also saw that his dad, I mean, it was a really cool story on how his parents kind of found out he won. His dad was on a shipping container, like, in Hawaii or somewhere whenever he called him. Like, that was really cool, too, to see that, you don't forget your roots, and just to know where he kind of came from is really cool, too, to see. Going forward, have you had a chance to talk to any of the Cardinals, not really off the record, but just off the camera a little bit about how they're feeling heading into June? Because, I mean, now they're starting to play better as we wrap up and kind of go back to what we talked about the first time around this horn, but they're starting to play better. They're starting to, kind of not look the best, but they're getting results. They're powering through it. Is there like some morale increases at all, or is it just let's just keep moving forward and forget about how we're feeling? Ask us in July.
Yeah, again, that's the mood right now. We're playing better. They're playing better.
Okay.
The mood in the clubhouse is there's no shrugged shoulders like it was at this time last year. Right?
Okay, that's what I was curious about.
Even Wilson is saying like, yeah, I'm in progress to be back here soon. Like he's like, again, it's like, I'm like, dude, just make sure the doctor clears you before you catch with that hand again.
Right.
But Wilson likes how the way the team is playing with his absent, and it's just all around. Again, there was a lack of leadership last year.
100%.
And the leadership is here. And the guys, our leaders are Sonny Gray. Kyle Gibson is a great dude. He's a good leader. I've seen him motivate guys. Yes, hey, okay, cool. Let's go on to the next one. And this week is very important for the Cardinals.
It is. Because, it's huge.
They win one of the next two. They got the series win against the Warriors, and then you host the Cubs for the weekend. And then you go on a road trip that, yes, you start in Cincinnati, and that's a winnable series. But then you get tested again when you go to Philadelphia.
Right. Big time.
So, again, this next stretch of baseball will be important. For the Cardinals right now, it's their final season, and right now is saving their season in a good way.
So I don't know if you saw this, too, before I let you go. Last time I talked to you last week, I mentioned is Nolan Arenado getting traded. Well, guess what I saw right after we got done talking? Like 4 or 5 articles Thursday and Friday and Saturday about the potential. Is he staying or going this year? I'm not saying they listen to it from us, but I'm saying now the question's becoming more apparent. And your thoughts are, Luis, of this week?
If the season goes like I think it's going to go, he's not going to get traded.
Good answer. I like that.
I think they're going to be a contender. Again,
whoa!
I think they're going to be in it in the wild card that it's going to be difficult for them to sell.
Uh-huh.
And then you're just going to do the normal thing and just, add a little bit here, a little bit piece there. But right now, as I see it, they're not selling anything. Because remember, they're 5 games under 500, but they're 2.5 games out of the wild card.
That's true.
And I'm one of those people like Mike Claiborne, talk to me on Flag Day for withstanding, but that's just what it is.
Well, and that's a good point. So I like it. Luis Noya, on the 21st of May, the Cardinals will be contenders. I like it. That's a good point.
Here's the thing. You remember my prediction whenever I talked to you early in the season?
Hell, I don't even know what I had for breakfast, man.
I remember this because I think it's still true. Yeah, they're going to be contenders. They're going to be in the race with the wild card, maybe the division. I think they're still going to end up finishing third.
There you go. I like it. We'll hold it there. And, as long as they just, don't make me depressed like last year, this time around, I'm fine.
Here's the thing. I'll text you whenever CMS is activated from the IL.
You know what I did learn last year, though, is that I can have about 4 of those tall boys before I start to feel like I've had too much baseball at that Busch Stadium. Because
here's the thing. That's a good idea.
Yeah, just get up and keep moving,
About 3 years ago, I found out, and this is not for baseball watching, whatever. So if you got a toothache, about 4 Coronas in, it starts to numb the tooth.
There we go. Some dental work today from Luis.
Oh yeah. We're getting hot takes, golf takes, dental advice, everything.
And I'm leaving for Vegas tomorrow and feeling good. So with that being said, Hainer Library. I got to talk about him real quick and take care of a little bit of business. Hainer.
What a transition. Wow. Not even Jennifer Blome can do that transition.
Send this one to her. Let her see this one. Hainer Library is a door. It's a door to learning, education, knowledge, and discovery, where you can discover your family's roots in genealogy, local history. You can have fun with all these events at Jacoby Art Center, the concerts, the take-home science kits, the Teen Advisory Council. There's a plethora of different activities. Plus, Luis, you can learn how to write your own obituary coming up in June in one of their classes. It's already filled up, so we're doing it again. Listen, at Hainer Library, you need your card to unlock ad-free, for free streaming with Biblio Plus, and the opportunity to unlock all those consumer reports, resource guides. And if you're a student, Luis, is Google always right?
For the most part.
Not when it comes to research papers, it's not, because you need to have
No.
Exactly.
You have to hit the books.
Exactly. And at Hainer Library, their resource center for all you students out there, they have a one of those citation tools where you don't have to do the hard work. It takes care of it for you, and you know what information you're getting. You're getting it good. Get signed up for that summer reading program by going to HainerLibrary.org. That's HainerLibrary.org. And don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over there. Luis, I'll talk to you later on this week.
See ya.
See ya.